a couple of minutes in order all of you are 15. Good morning, Jesse. And just to present this second part of the morning, we are going to speak about the most practical step of the project management, that is how to run the project, and not only about the dissemination, important task really well explained by Agnieszka, but for what concerns of task management in particular, and realization and submission of all activities. So I see there is here, and I think we can start. So I write congratulations because if you as project manager will be at this step, your project has been awarded the grant, and so you will receive your fund to implement your idea. So you can hire the machinist at position, you can call partners and contractor to start the project, but first to inform them about so to communicate your enthusiasm and so on, and you your project, your idea, and then we are going to see in depth what mean kick off the project. But as you can imagine, is a really nice, really important thing, but also with a lot of work. And we are trying to answer today is how can be able to guarantee the correct ongoing of all the activities, of all the tasks, for the success of all project activities, and for a good evaluation, and for the of all fund, of all money. And we are speaking about this topic from two different points of view. So from the point of view of the efficient division of work, of tasks within the project group, and the importance of the communication of tasks to implement, point of view of the project coordinator. So first aspect about now we planned our project, we designed our project, and it was a really demanding part of the project manager work. But when a project was awarded, we need to realize, to fill in a lot of tasks, important tasks, before the real start of practical tasks of the project implementation. And I tried this work of the project manager in steps. And the first is to rewind to the proposal, so to come back to the project we submitted some months before the grant, and to try to remind and to make the point about which was the scope, the objective of our project, to keep all small and specific objectives smart. Smart mean specific, measurables, allowable and realistic and timely. To have too much duplication in our objective and to have them really clear before communicating them to our partner. Define deliverables for each objective. They're already defined in our project, but we have to remind all of that in order to arrive the kickoff with a really clear idea. And keep milestones realistically aligned with the budget period and also with the budget the who have funded our project has approved. The aspect, the most important aspect to check and to clarify are the budget, to try to define in a measurable way all items, all tasks, all actions we have to implement from the dissemination activities, the organization of meeting, the realization, implementation of outputs, organization of training, etc., in a measurable way. So to define, to check our budget and to find all the implication deriving from the cost sharing. What it means that we are the project coordinator and we will receive the funds, money, and to share this money, these resources among our partners in the project according to activities and according to timeline. Also, the timeline is another aspect to have here in mind. As a reasonable timeline according to the ability, the possibility of our staff, of our partner, according to the work to complete, and the timeline that has to be, because some issues may happen, and we have to be able to change, to flex, to move, to switch activities. And last aspect we have to check and consider, so to realistic time to realize their tasks, but also to assign them according their skills, according their experience, and according the tools they have. And then step 2, when we have really clear in mind our project, the main result to realize and to implement, we have to draw up a contract with the funding body, with the that is named grant agreement or project agreement, that is different from the partners agreement, that is the contract among partners. I think that Agnieszka yesterday speaking you about the project agreement, and this is a contract with the and the lead partner, in this case representing the members of the consortium according to the. What mean this specific contract is a document that define the official start of the project, because this is the real start of the project, not the date of the start of practical actions, but it's the signing of the grant agreement. And with this contract, all beneficiaries accept the grant, what is contained within the grant, and agree to actions under their own responsibility and in accordance with the agreement itself. A list of main contents of the agreement, and it's important to know what is declared within this grant agreement because before sign it, the project coordinator has to be clear in mind how to implement, how we can and we wanted to implement all these actions during the project life. So the grant agreement contains the start and duration of the activities, both of the entire project and also of all single activities, so work package and task. It contains all description about provision, legal and financial provision. It means that it's a sort of guideline about how to manage the pre-financing, the distribution of the budget among the partners, about how to report all activity and action during the project in order to have the correct evaluation of activities and the reimbursement, the payment from the funding authority. All description about the procedural, so about how to monitor the activities. So the timeline of the report, the timeline for submit and deliver material, the funding ask us to monitor the ongoing of the project. And important aspect, the sign of the grant agreement can be preceded by additions and revision. What means? Means that when I plan and when I design a project, I foreseen a duration, a list of activities, I foreseen a specific budget, but the evaluators may decide not to approve all the aspects, but only some of these. Probably I will ask for euros for material for the trainer, the trainings, and they will approve only 80. So I have to modify my realization of the training course, for example, or I submit a project 5 outputs, for example, and they approve only 4 of these 5 outputs. That means a revision of all the work, of all the financial and human resources. All these revision, modification happens the sign of the grant agreement, and everything is written in the grant agreement and agreed by the funding authorities and the lead partner, so the project coordinators, representing all the consortium. If you can see something in this image, but this is an example of grant agreement. So the first page in the left is the first page of a common grant agreement with the European Commission that contains the number of the project, that is the our project. The second page is the index. So we have the main document with with the list of, and the third page is an example of the content. So all the articles defining all the aspects of the realization, implementation, so about monitoring, the financing, and etc. after the realization of these first two steps, we have a check and clarify with ourselves the authority funding body. And now that we know aspect and we have all deliverables set in our mind, we can to our partners and to refer them all these things. What we have to know very well to start, what needs to be completed in project implementation, so activities, output, deliverables, reports, and so on. How it should be done, in which methodology, so in form of document, in form of training, in form of report, in form of list, mailing list, etc. And what needs to work on it, so the resources, human and financial resources, and a timeline, so when it has to be completed by. That is the Gantt, you already know. And this is a sort of reminder. So the main work in running a project in task management is to report, to monitor first, report then all carry on during the project according to the first project, but above all according on grant agreement. And we have to monitor with this aspect also the timeline and also the resources uses in each tasks and activities. This because the deliverable that we have to regularly submit to the funding authority are the tools for the funding authority to monitor the realization of our project, to check the compliance of our realization with what we have declared in grant agreement. And so we have to submit this technical deliverable to the responsible authority in order to have this evaluation and in order to be sure everything deliverables that are identified by the grant agreement may be in different forms, maybe in form of simple information, so for email where they ask us some data, maybe reports, interim or final, etc., or a technical activity report, technical diagram, they may be brochures or output of the dissemination activity, they may be the trainings, for example. Is a deliverable for the Erasmus agency, or other tools, for example. And process of checks and audit of the funding authorities, from one side the deliverables through the checking of all actions we are implementing, including also assessing about the consistency we are realizing. This means that if we agree in the grant agreement, in the project description about a report of 100 pages, I cannot deliver a deliverable of 5 pages because it's not consistent enough. So they're evaluating and assess also the consistency of the deliverable. And how it may happen also from the delivery audits. Financial audits may be in presence or in remote. So in presence means that a representative of the funding authority may come back in your organization in order to check your accounts, to verify code, to verify the receipts, etc. And also through the evaluation of proofs, any kind of proofs. During the running of the project, is really important that the project coordinators, in collaboration with all partners, are collecting proofs. It means documents and records of all our activities. Also eligible costs I wrote, but not only costs, proofs of realization, proof of realization of flyer events, proofs of realization of training. This is the reason we were asking you everything every time for write your name or for recording the in order to have proofs to submit the authority about the realization. And how can we can give this information in a very efficient way, that we are doing what we declared in our grant agreement. The main tools we have are reports. Reports may be interim or final. What mean are all reports describing milestones achieved during the realization of the project. And they may be monthly, yearly, in the middle of the project, and this is established in the grant agreement. And then the final report is the report for the final evaluation of all project activity in order to receive the world financing of the project. What we have to check? We have to check if the scope of all activities is received. So if the actual work is completed according to if all results and deliverables were achieved. If we can anticipate something about what we will implement in next step. We have to check the timeline in our report. If actual progress of project is correct, and if we need intervention in our timeline because some issues. And we have to check and declare. And this is, I don't know if it's quite small, but an image to show you a graphic about how to monitor not the daily, but the weekly progress of a project. So it's to define, first of all, a timeline and set all the intervals of budget control, the interval of activities control, the interval of output, etc. And then to collect all data from the partners and our staff, and also with the data, the feedback of our staff, And third, to evaluate each step realized, each data, to evaluate the our group in order to give a clear idea the step of realization, and to have time and possibility to adjust something is something is not. To complete this this third step and guys, which this is a list of tips and suggestions about how to realize correct reporting of monitoring of our work. So constantly be on time in realization of activities and in submission of information to our authority. A suggestion is electronic or hard copy file to be filled in with all activities realized in order to have a clear idea about realization and about deadline. To give the authority what they ask for. Also, if for us we already gave this information, if they ask again, then again. If something is not clear for how, ask them what they want and all the information. Do not hide the problems, because stuff happens, and if, for example, I have a delay in the implementation, it is the best thing is to communicate it to the authority, not hide this delay, and try together about the possible modification, about the possible changes, for example, in timeline, and for sure they will approve. Ask them for this approval through an email, to something written that may be a sort of document, a proof, and save all these proofs. And be patient, because the monitoring work of a project manager may be an iterative work with the provision of similar information each 2 months, but that it's very, very important for have a clear idea about what's happening in so complex consortium of people. And then after all these tasks, we arrive meeting. Kickoff meeting is the practice of our action, and it's the most funny moment of the project, in which all partners meet generally for themselves. And for sure involves the participation of all partners from all countries. It's by the project coordinator, and generally hosted by the coordinator in its own country. And of the kickoff are to present the project, because now we have really clear all the project, to present each other, the partners, and to clarify the goal of our adventure. So all goals, objective, tasks, deadline, so to give all the specific information for a correct realization of the same goal. And it's also an internal reorganization of roles and responsibilities among partners, and it's important to create a collaboration within the working group, because a meeting face-to-face amazing also for the active realization of the project. And this is the crucial moment in which the project coordinators assigns specific tasks to the employees, to the partner, that have to fit them. because as we know, the project is already planned and designed according different work packages, and each work package describes and collects all the tasks needed to realize the work package. And the coordinator must define not only the delivery of a work package, as you already seen in the realization of the Gantt, but also the leader of the task. And during the kickoff, there is a sort of internal reorganization of these actions according to the real persons present during the kickoff. Because when I planned on paper, but when I'm in a kickoff meeting, I have a real persons, and in some cases they may be different from the age in some month before. So it's important to have a clear description for them of all activities to realize, and to divide in a balanced and coherent way among my staff. A correct division of work has to be made in collaboration with all the parties to have the consensus. That is one of the key for a successful project. And to guarantee the best division work among my partners, I have to be clear in mind resources, time available, but also the experiences and the capacity of my team and their motivations and interest, in order to create an enthusiastic atmosphere. And for a successful delegation, in fact, that has to know very well the team, he has to carefully choose the right person for the job. He has in mind all the experience of the people, and he has to match in the best way the activity, the task, with the capacity, the skills, and the motivation. But he has also to provide instruction, information, because I can realize my task if I know in a way which is my objective, which are my resources, and the time I have to realize my tasks. Yeah, this is the reason I have to be specific, clear, simple, and I have to ensure that all deadlines I set according to the resources, to the human resources, the time they have. And another really important aspect is to focus. That means I have to be really clear what, but to leave my partner realize them also in a personal manner. Because in my staff, for sure, I have people with expertise, with experience, and probably I have an idea, but my partners have a better idea to realize the same, reach the same goal. So leave my partners a sort of freedom and be open to new ideas. So empower my team to make the decision, and to support them if they need help for the realization of a task, for example, and suggest a solution. It's really important to maintain a system of check in order to check the realization, the time and budget, and so on, to motivate my team, and learn to say thank you. Because a good atmosphere, friendly atmosphere, supporting atmosphere in a consortium is one of the key of the success. And now with this last tip, so learn to say thank you, learn to communicate, to feelings with your partners. We can start the second topic, the second part, that is about the internal communication. If with Agnieszka we saw about dissemination, so that is the external communication, the communication with the stakeholder, with the community, with the funding authority. Another fundamental aspect in running the project, the core of the work of the is to monitor activities, to report activities, but also to, as we already saw, to clearly communicate what we have to realize, because if we have no clear idea about our goal, we cannot realize our project. And so here, the internal, in support of the internal communication, that it's the communication within the project team. And we are going to see how it is a sum, different kind of communication, and it's under the responsibility of the project coordinator. One of the skills, the main skills of project coordinator is communication skill. Is really challenging to have an effective and efficient, flowly internal communication. And the main challenge is to ensure that all parties, that all partners, that all stakeholders are sharing the same vision, the same project, also in team that generally, above all in international consortium, are composed by people coming from very, very different groups. First of all, they are speaking different languages, and this is the first challenge in a team. So to have a common language, a simple language, a clear language, to allow everyone clearly understand everything. A second challenge is because people are physically, geographically dispersed in different places, so they can face to face each time they want, because they have a different educational background, and they come from different work environment, so they have different methodology, different habits, and the communication in such a group is really difficult. And the other main challenge is to create a relation of comprehension among partners and support the dialogue, and try not to encounter conflict. And if they arrive, because they arrive when a lot of different people are working together, the communication itself may be the key resolution, and that it's up to the project manager. How to an efficient and successful internal communication? First of all, it's important to have a good plan. So not a good dissemination plan for the outside, but also for the community staff. A plan that will define time, specific objective to realize, a communication sent or recipients. That means if I have a problem, partner not involved in my messages, in my communication, all the team, but probably I have tried to solve the conflict with the partner have a problem, for example, and to give always clear messages in order to have a reaction, an effective reaction. With a good plan, I have to communicate in a frequent, timely, and constructive way. And that means to promote commitment, but also means to refine over time my because not to refine may create some gaps, for example. If something's happen, if something not foreseen happens, I have to refine time after time. I have to be clear. So with my staff, I have to update about the project progress, but also about the difficulties. Why not? In order to create a collaborative atmosphere and in order to guarantee that everyone can do his best to solve some problems, and to use different channels of communication according to the people, the specific recipient, but also to the objective I want to reach and the type of action. And the factors that enter in of the best channel are the purpose of the communication, so means the objective, the audience, that means the recipients, and the type of the information, so the objective. And in internal communication, they are generally of these three I listed. So face-to-face communication, written communication, and web-based tools communication. My communication it has to be in any case responsive. I have to actively listen about the feedback of my partners. So I have to be sure that they arrived, correctly arrived. And feedback from Facebook are quite simple to understand. So they are the body messages I send when I'm speaking. Also, question I ask during the conversation if I don't understand something, but also in the written form, feedback may be and not if I not answer an email, probably the message. Probably I didn't receive the message. Probably I didn't understand what I have to do. And so as project coordinator, active understand all the aspects. So for what concerns face-to-face communication, main okay are meeting, workshop, seminar, and they may be but generally in international project they are in team. They are fundamental during so they good reaction. We are able to catch body reaction of each one. Sure that our message is clearly received because we can understand, I can repeat, etc. Improves for sure the morale of the groups and stir up the creativity, and they are meeting with partners contains also coffee breaks, dinner, and they are a really important moment also for the implementation of the project, for new ideas, for the realization of new project. I like it very much. And when I can decide to realize this kind of internal communication, when it's planned in my agenda, for example, in the agenda in the project, if I want to make sure that everyone understands the message, and when I want to promote collaboration, exchange of new idea, when I need the project with stick And the second channel communication, and generally is by email. That is the more frequent retail channel. As you can imagine, is easily copied and really effective when my partners are dispersed and it's really important to avoid misunderstanding. To share or communicate something, it's written and people can read and read again, and I can check if my is really written, for example, is written in an effective way. It may be sent to all members of the team, but also I can choose only some recipients of my message and to differentiate from to another in order to the object what I want to receive from them. It may be used, information may be used when I need clarity, okay? And it's important when I use this kind of information, the prioritization of the information. So not to put a lot of data or attachment or document within my mail, for example, because if I send an email about 20 lines, probably no one will arrive till the end. So I prefer send with one objective and one message within each email with a lot of data information. And third main channel are all web-based tools. And in the last year, the more used, for example, in international group, because they allow to speak, to be in contact also if we are dispersed. And the main tools are the internet and cloud, so the web-based information network that are allowing the sharing and the communication of the sharing of documents and the communication. And they're important also to organize all the document together, for example, in the same document. Also, if we are in different chatting platform, for example, WhatsApp, that are important to share quick information. For example, I send you an email and I want to read really now my email. I can write you a message. So please answer my mail or just to ask if I can call him in a Skype. And so video conference that are a tool to see, listen, and speak quite directly with all my partners if I cannot meet them. As for example, in this period, they are fundamental to meet the partner. A small but not exhaustive list of available clouds. These are most famous, so Google Drive, Dropbox, Trello, OneDrive, that probably you know, but if you want, after this section, you can go to the link and try to use it. They are all for free in the web. Google Drive, for example, is linked to a Gmail address, Microsoft OneDrive with the Office address. In the other, you have only to create your account, and they offer you a space, a cloud to put it, to organize the work, share your work with all the partners of your project, and you can give them the possibility to change something, to modify documents. And they're a really important task management tool given by the net without paying nothing, for example. And here, to finish, a little focus on video meetings and video conference tools, because in this period of lockdown, we experience how they are important to stay in contact with other people, and also with our partners in project implementation, and they allowed us to carry on also this project. They are fundamental tools that to audio video with a lot of people, so also with a big group of colleagues working together to share a video, to my recipients what I want, and to have a chat to the, as for example in our case we are recording this webinar, and the most common that allow us to do this is Skype. It's integrated as a platform integrated with Microsoft OneDrive, easy to be used to share document files, and now also the possibility to blur the underground, that the background. That means that you can see in a very clear way, and the fog on my back, and it's a useful tool when I work, for example, from my room. Zoom meeting, that is the platform you will use this afternoon for your homework. It's one of the most common in business sector. The creation of rooms that are the rooms we are using for our working group during the main sessions. We can have up to 100 participants. That is a really high number. And the duration of the meeting it offers, it's about 40 minutes in the free version, but it's unlimited for the business versions. And also Zoom allows the change of our setting, thank you to an agreement with IKEA that gives a lot of settings, and you can choose rooms. Google Meet is really simple. It's the tool by Google. It's simple and is a low participation up to 250 attendees. It may be also joined by telephone, the audio. And one of the main future is the possibility of organized broadcast events of people. And then to finish this short list, Microsoft Teams, that is important because it's completely integrated Office, and also Teams give the possibility of the multiple chat room, gives also the direct access to email, Skype, SharePoint, and also the Office email, thanks to the store the attachment within the cloud. The list really long, but what is important is if you are a project manager, is to choose that has to be universal, easy to implement and easy to use, because you have to facilitate the communication within your consortium in order to all of partner will use this tool. And so I have finished. And we can start with the question time if you have. I don't know here. Seems Sophia typing something. Thank you, Sophia. It's really difficult to speak about communication without seeing you, for example, in this moment, with your feedback, and it's important also the smile. So the question is, should an audit cost be planned for each project or project? But generally, audit will arrive when the authority decides. So you have to imagine that an audit may arrive also 5 years, for example, of your project, and also for small. In a cost experience, we have audit about each kind of project, and to send you generally an email, a document for asking audit, and there is a decision together about the date of the audit, and the revisor arrived and can check everything. So timesheet, so costs, so receipt, so output realization, and this is the reason why it's really, really important to record everything, to save everything, and to have a really, really clear in mind each task, each activities, and to be able to prove them also during the project and also at the end of the project. So for big project it is more common, yes, for sure, because they're less and they requires a lot of money, but something it may happen so also for small projects. You're welcome, Chelsea. Thank you for the question. If no more question, I can shortly show you your assignment for this afternoon, but I think that the assignment of Agnieszka is really so I want to give you an exercise. So for a moment you will be real project manager, and the day of the kickoff meeting it's arriving, and your assignment is to the perfect agenda to be delivered to your partners. So it's the agenda you want within your consortium to invite your partners at the meeting and describing the goal, the timeline, etc. of the first day you will meet all together. So you have to imagine this document, and you have this is a sort of a main structure of elements that you need to put inside, and then you can give your own idea about the agenda of the kickoff. So elements are where and when. So I will invite you, for example, here in Vienna, in Budapest, in Biesco Biala, when the duration of my meeting, how many participants you have to decide, the objective of these important events, the timing and topic for each speaker. So my partner, and I'll give them a specific space to present herself, to present its role within its organization, and also to ask him how he will realize its tasks. For example, some specific spaces devoted to create cooperation, shop, activities together, coffee break, cultural activities in my cities. Other activities you already have project manager, and in this special occasion you can organize whatever you want to realize your goal, your objective. So from my side, it's all. That's all. And if no more question, I can say you goodbye and see you this afternoon at in Zoom as yesterday. I think that Faye will send you the link to the afternoon session in Zoom. I will send you my homework and presentation in PDF within this morning. So bye-bye.